actual skull in the trophy rug rather than use plastic or an insert the way they do with bear rugs in the US today. Here's the skull, and you can see the lower right canine here, visible also there, is clearly broken off. Now, Colonel Patterson, who used a 303, meaning the 3/10 of an inch in diameter is the size of the slug his rifle was shooting, thought that that was a bullet hole that he had shot. But anyone looking at the tooth would see that the margins of that tooth are rounded by wear. This is an injury that happened a long time ago and is reflected in the rest of the dentition as well. You can see the 3 lower incisors next to the left canine have been lost on the right side, but interestingly, this 3rd incisor, which in carnivores is always a large tooth, as I'm sure Dr. Lee's mammalogy students could all tell you, has been completely filled in by spongy bone in the case of this lion. Furthermore, in the upper dentition, we can see that the 3 upper incisors opposite this vacancy have actually super erupted, grown to fill the vacancy because teeth are maintained in a dynamic equilibrium, and upper teeth grow to meet lower teeth, and without the lower teeth there, they've actually moved. But perhaps most dramatic is the upper right canine. You see in an intact dentition, the upper right canine is locked outside and behind the lower canine when the jaws are closed. But on the right side, where this tooth has been missing, the upper canine has moved forward and inward so that its tip is actually resting on the stump of the broken tooth rather than extending 3 inches or so beyond it. All this is telling us is that this lion suffered a blunt trauma, probably the kick of a zebra or giraffe during the course of a predation event. It broke its tooth, and the lion went on with its life for a couple more years before it met Colonel Patterson. Now, these are just 4 lions in average American zoo, and what I'm trying to tell you with these pictures is lions lead a tough life. Lions break their teeth all the time, and what you see in these open holes here, those are what humans call cavities, except instead of being microscopic the way our cavities are, these are gaping holes into the pulp cavity of the tooth. Somehow lions don't develop dental disease in the wake of this, usually. Here's a broken lower premolar. We see missing canines that have been snapped off. Lions lead a tough life, and damage to the dentition is perfectly normal, but disease is not. And this is an X-ray of the lower mandible of the first man-eater, the first lion that Colonel Patterson shot. And you can see here's the root of the normal, of the intact incisor coming into the jaw, perfectly normal, but on the right side where this broken stump is what we call a root tip abscess, a periapical abscess, where any pressure at all on that tooth would have rendered excruciating pain to the lion. Now, think about how a lion goes about killing its prey. A lion seizes its prey by the throat and sinks its canines into the prey and holds on until it can suffocate the prey. And if a lion can't apply pressure with its canine teeth, it's unable to execute this killing bite. Now, if you can't kill a buffalo, you better not grab one, because a buffalo can certainly kill you. And so we think that the 3,000 British railway workers arrived in the territory of these 2 lions at precisely the wrong time in the chronology of this lion's dental problems. And the lions would have greeted their arrival with considerable enthusiasm. Now, as far as the actual toll that the lions exacted, there are a bunch of literature references, and I'll give you the chronology. Patterson wrote his book Lions of Tsavo and Other East African Adventures, published 2007 and still in print. And he says, the Lions ate 28 railway workers and scores of unfortunate Africans. Robert Preston, who was the chief engineer of the railway, who was there for part of Patterson's episode, said the Lions ate 17 Punjabis. He had other business and moved on. But when Colonel Patterson sold the Lions to the Field Museum in 1925, the museum said, Colonel, you've got a 300-page book that talks about shooting ostriches off the fronts of trains, all sorts of other things. We're only interested in the lion story. If you could excerpt your book and focus only on the lions, we'd be glad to publish it as a pamphlet, and this pamphlet is also still on sale. And in that book, he says, the Lions ate 135 railway workers and Native Africans.